Hey, Dion, I was just wondering if you could.
Hold on. Let's back up a little bit. You don't call Nick Saban Nick. Don't call me Dion.
I call Nick Saban Nick.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's a lie. If you call Nick Nick, you know you'll get cussed out on the spot. So don't do that. Treat me like Nick.
Okay, Dion. Just
My bad, I was muted like a mama jammer. You ain't lying. Put a one in the chat if you. Oh, boy, I was muted. Man, I was muted the whole time. My bad, man. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me loud and clearly, man. One in the chat if you can hear me loud and clearly. One in the chat if you can hear me loud and clearly, man. Y'all, football season is here. Football season is upon us, man. We back, man. Football in a couple of weeks, man. Actually, preseason. Actually, if we want to be real, preseason start next week. Yeah, preseason start next week, man. A lot of us got preseason games next Thursday. Well, I know Steelers play the Packers week preseason week 1, but you know it's all good. You know, football is back. We here. Joe, what's good with you, man? Salute to you, man. How you feeling? How you doing? What's good with you? What's good with you? How you feeling? How you doing this morning? What's good with you, man? Happy Saturday to you. Shout out, Cousin Walker. Cousin Walker, what's good with you, Cousin Walker? What's good with you, Cousin Walker? Salute to you. Happy Saturday to y'all, man. Salute to you. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And we're going to talk about a little bit about the training camp. You know, I wanted to touch on, you know, I know y'all been hearing a lot, but I wanted to touch on some more important things, you know, people getting paid, people not getting caught out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm talking about my boy JPJ, Joey Porter Jr., you know, he on his contract, yeah, he trying to get paid, currently on that PUP list, but we going to get into it. We going to mine through it. We going to get into it. What's good with your Cousin Walker? What are you talking about, Cousin Walker? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Cousin Walker?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
What's the tomato? Cousin Walker, come on, really? Really, Cousin Walker? It's like that? Cousin Walker. I think you had too much juice this morning. You know what? I think that's maybe your problem. You had your cereal, you had your Honey Nut Cheerios, and you had your orange juice. Too much juice. And only thing, ain't nothing wrong. Well, actually, that's a lie, right? Because there is something wrong with having too much juice. You get too hyper. And when you get too hyper, it's only one option for you, juice.
You need to leave.
Yeah, man. That's what happened when you drink too much juice. I'm just saying. All that sugar, Hey, I'm just saying, drink more milk. Helps prevent osteoporosis, allegedly. But nah, salute to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with me today, man. Appreciate y'all being here, man. Salute to y'all. Join the channel if you have not already, man. Hit that like button, like, share, subscribe. And we're about to get into it. So yeah, so like I said, man, we're gonna talk about a couple things, man. Pittsburgh Steelers, man. We're gonna talk about that training camp a little bit. But first and foremost, I wanted to get into talk about my guy JPJ. Now, shout out to Debo and Joe, two guys who played for Pittsburgh back in the day. Fair use. They did a covering on Joy Porter Jr.'s JPJ's contract status. And before I get into that, we're gonna take a look at that video. But I want to take a look at something else as well. Now, there's a couple corners that are currently paid top 5 compensated cornerbacks. One of them being Derek Stingley for the Houston Texans, Sauce Gardner for the Indianapolis Colts, Trent McDuffie from the LA Rams, and of course the Browns cornerback Denzel Ward, that is currently 29 years old, just got a 2-year extension, I believe $50+ million guaranteed, a $60-something million contract. I saw it and I'm looking at Pittsburgh. I'm like, Pittsburgh, what the heck is going on? I mean, because I would only imagine JPJ's feeling like you playing with him right now. Like you
Gators don't play no shit. You feel me? Gator never been about that. Never been about playing no shit.
It's crazy work. It's crazy work. Everybody else getting extended, everybody else getting paid, and JPJ's not feeling prioritized, right? We seen Chris Boswell. We talked about Chris Boswell, our kicker, getting paid, getting compensated. We talked about Darnell Washington getting paid and getting extended as he should be. And then we seen our backup pass rusher, Nick Herbig, get a well-deserved healthy extension of $100 million. You know, so we're going to talk about it, but let's look into a couple things right quick, right? So first I want to, wait, hold on, not that. That's not the one. I'm sorry. So here we go. Joy Porter Jr., cornerback for the Steelers, earned a 50. Now, this is his PFF performance of 2025, right? He earned a 57.6 overall PFF defensive grade in last season, 2025. 36th among 114 qualified cornerbacks. His cover grade was 74.1, ranked 20th among 114 cornerbacks. His run defense grade of 39.4, ranked 104th at the position. He had 1 interception, 0 Pro Bowls, 0 All Pros, which was a complete snub because we seen that bogus ranking that came out last month, which conveniently came out during his contract season, during the height of his contract season. That bogus ranking came out. Okay, so but this is a guy, he only surrendered 29 receptions, 0 touchdowns on 52%. 56.2 passer rating allowed. One of the lowest passer ratings allowed. 6th passer rating allowed. But you got a guy in Denzel Ward that's 29 years old that just got extended 2 years, and that is now currently the highest paid cornerback. Crazy work. Crazy work. Shout out JGP. What's good with you, man? Salute to you. How you feeling today? What's good with you? How you doing? What's good with you, man? How you doing today? Salute to you. How you feeling?
You don't buy anything, you hear me? Don't buy anything.
Yeah, man, gotta tell him, don't buy anything. Save your money. Don't buy anything. Don't buy nothing. That's a rule of thumb. When you get that contract money, don't buy anything. You know they're not going to listen to that. They want a Porsche. They want an Aston. They want all the candy. They want all the candy. Salute to you, big dog. So yeah, so you got JPJ, easily a top 5 qualified cornerback that was overlooked. And of course, all things that he was overlooked for, of course, is being used in this, that has been used and is currently being used in negotiation for his dollars, right? So here we got a guy, he only surrendered 29 receptions in coverage, 45 solo tackles and run support in open field, 11 passes broken up, but 56.2 passer rating allowed. Okay. Now let's take a look at some of the highest paid corners. And I'm a exclude Denzel Ward only for one reason, because he's past his prime. Now these is guys that's just as old and in the same age range and draft class as Joey Porter, give or take a year or so. Okay, so here we have Trent McDuffie. Trent McDuffie's currently getting paid $31 million a year. He earned a 75.6 overall PFF defensive grade last season, 13th among 114 cornerbacks, 74.7 cover grade. Run defense cover grade of 78.5, ranked 11 at the position, but overall cover grade, he was ranked 18th. He had one interception. He had an all-pro in 2023. Now, this will be his first season with the LA Rams. He got, I believe he was traded from the Kansas City Chiefs on a good deal. And but as we can see, McDuffie broke up 4 passes in coverage, but allowed a 94.7 passer rating. Wow, that's crazy. Surrendered 37 receptions in coverage, also contributed 53 solo tackles and run support. Now, if this guy is allowed a 94 passer rating, but he had one interception just as JPJ did, but he allowed a 94 passer rating. JPJ has a 6th ranked passer rating allowed with 56.2. Why is JPJ not warranted for 30 a year? Why? Here we have another highly paid, top compensated cornerback for the Houston Texans. Derek Stingley Jr. Shout out to Derek Stingley Jr., LSU royalty. Stingley was a cornerback. He earned last season a 69.0 defensive grade, 30th among 114 quarterbacks, a cover grade of 75.8, ranked 11th. His run defense was 35.1, ranked 112th. Recorded, but he had 4 INTs, broke up 9 passes in coverage, allowed a 67.4 passer rating when targeted, surrendered 34 receptions in coverage, also contributed 29 solo tackles and run support in open field situations. Well deserved. Well deserved. Now we're going to take a look at Sauce Gardner for the Indianapolis Colts. Sauce Gardner, he had a 76.9 overall defensive grade, 75.6 cover grade, run defense grade of 84.5, ranked 4th at the position, had 0 INTs, 8 passes broken up in coverage, allowed an 87.9 passer rating. So for the fact that these 2 passes between him and Trent McDuffie, who are up in the 25 plus of a year, 25 plus a year million range. If I'm not saying that right, 25 mil a year plus range. Why is JPJ not extended? Why hasn't JPJ gotten his extension? It's crazy. JPJ had the sixth lowest passer rating. And some of these guys, Trent McDuffie, Sauce Gardner. Now, granted, all corners are obviously different, right? Slot corners, press corners, corners that can travel, of course, right? And we saw JPJ did not surrender not one touchdown, not one. Passer rating 56.2. But we see Sauce and Trent McDuffie had a 90 plus and an 80 plus passer rating allowed. Come on now. It's crazy. But we're going to get into this segment. Fair use. Shout out to Debo and Joe. Fair use. Link is in the chat. Check them out. Go give them a sub. Let me see where we at. Y'all hit that like button, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Salute to y'all. Let's see.
All right, everything y'all need, man. Listen.
Okay, here we go. Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right, y'all hit that like button. Let's go.
DC, did you watch it?
Brother, did I? So, because it was 1:30.
Oh, my bad, y'all. Hold up 1 second. My fault, y'all. I had my time stamp off. My bad. Wait a minute. Let me see. Hold up. Where I'm at.
Got him blowing his. Speaking of playing hurt, hey Joe.
Yes.
Did you happen to see how that Conor McGregor fight went out?
Did you?
Oh no, wait a minute. I clicked the wrong one. My bad, y'all. Hold on 1 second for me. Hold up 1 second for me, y'all. Let's see. Hold up 1 second, y'all. Let me see. Let me. I gotta find this. It's crazy. This is embarrassing. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. My fault, y'all. Let's get into it. My bad. I clicked on the wrong video. I thought that was the one I had pinned. Dang. Crazy, right? So shout out to Debo and Joe, man. Y'all go be sure to click that link and give them a sub. Great coverage from former NFL football players. Let's get into it. Hit that like button, y'all.
Even ink a deal, and I guess from Jerry Dulac, I guess Porter wants around $30 million. And there's speculation that the Steelers value him closer to 20.
Yes.
Closer to 20, man. Come on, man. Stop playing, man. What you think, man? You think they need to pay my guy? They need to pay him what he want. They need what you think, Joe?
I think this is what I was saying that's going to happen from the beginning. It's going to be Joey Porter in his camp, obviously, from what he's been doing, how he's been improving, how he was a 4th-round draft pick. He signed a contract of 4 years, $9 million. They've been getting a first-round high-level corner this entire time for a steal. So in his agent-wise, back pay, trying to reset the market, he hasn't.
And this is now I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna say this. Now, this is coming from Joe Hayden. Joe Hayden played his heyday with the Browns, earned numerous contracts with the Browns, was one of the highest paid cornerbacks in the AFC North at a period of time. I believe he had a contract of $50 million, somewhere in that range. All pro bowler for the Cleveland Browns at the time, played for the Steelers on the back end of his career. And this is coming from a cornerback. Well, one of the top cornerbacks, I'm sorry.
Been doing nothing but performing as a top 5 corner, not allowing touchdowns. That's what you do. That's the job. So with your agent and where's Joey Porter Jr. looking amongst your peers, looking amongst and seeing out there what it is, $30 million is what Trent McDuffie signed, free agent, as the highest paid corner. What I'm looking at is you got all pros, Pro Bowls, interceptions. So when you're going from the Steelers perspective, we understand the same thing for sure. A great corner, going to be, one of the best in the league. So the wanting to reset the market, I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing around J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn, same kind of draft, maybe the year before, 4 years, $100 million. So if they're saying 20, Joey Porter and his people are saying 30, that seems so far apart. But when dudes split $5 million, when they meet.
And that was another guy, another top corner, J.C. Horn, cornerback for the Carolina Panthers. I'm not certain of his cover grade. I got to pull up the numbers again. But he's another one that Joey Porter also had just a good or higher defensive cover grade than. But J.C. Horn did have 5 INTs last season. Shout out to J.C. Horn.
Eating in the middle around that $25 million mark. That's kind of where I thought. And as in Joey Porter is looking like the Herbig deal. If he gets an extension, he has 1 year left on his contract. 1 year, $4 million. If he gets that $4 million for that 4-year extension for $100 million, that's $25 million a year in new money. But as a total contract, that'd be 5 years, $104 million. So we make 70 of it guaranteed, get him a nice signing bonus, give him like 30 million in the first year. And then the next 2 years it'll be around 17 and a half. So the full average of the contract will be around $20 million a year, but 25 in new money. So he'll be happy. The team will be happy. And at the same time with Joey Porter Jr. and the team are looking at like, you're in a good spot. You can want to like $25 million a year playing in a situation where you are in Pittsburgh. You are comfortable. You do know the team. You do know the system. You are, you'll be good to go. So I think there's a give or take with both. When to reset the market, obviously, but I'm like, if you were going all pro for 2 years in a row, had the most interceptions in the league, like then you would be able to go. The numbers have to speak to that when you want to go reset the markets. You have to be able to lead the league in picks, pass breakups, all of that. So like that's the thing. So when I'm saying when 25, good. You're trying to reset the market, obviously with your agent, knowing what you got coming. The team is like, okay, 20, but boom. Knock it off, meet in the middle. I'm thinking more of a 4-year.
But how do you allocate that when you have two of those guys? Okay, so JPJ didn't surrender a single touchdown, not a single touchdown, and he had a lower passing rating than 2 of the top guys getting top money. That being Trent McDuffie and Sauce Gardner. I'm sorry, Trent McDuffie and Derek Stingley had a lower passer rating than both of them. So if you basing it on the fact that, he didn't get an All-Pro, he didn't get a Pro Bowl, which could have been a conversation of the fact that he got snubbed off that listing. That's conversational. But at the end of the day, Pittsburgh has to pay them what he's worth and where he is valued at. If Denzel Ward at 29 can get a 2-year extension and now become the highest paid cornerback in the league getting $57 million guaranteed. It's blasphemous. It's sheer utter blasphemous. Now I don't know if the Steelers are looking to move around and do some more restructuring prior to giving JPJ what he wants and what he's earned. But Pittsburgh surely is dragging their feet on this. Seriously.
$100 million extension makes it total 5 years. Have Joey Porter at 5 years for 104. Everybody's happy. What you think, Debo?
If this is true and the Steelers are at what they say 20 million and he's at 30 million, and ain't nobody moving, I don't see it getting done. But I can totally understand why he wants the 30 million. Because when you sit back and you look at it, dude, like you said, Trent McDuffie, that boy at 31. He's actually at 31. Okay, McDuffie's at 30.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention. I forgot to add. Oh, I believe I did notion. JPJ is currently on the PUP list. Now, many are speculating that he's faking a back injury. I'm like, man, look, your deal ain't done. Your pockets ain't straight. So you should look out for yourself at every angle. And that's just what JPJ is doing. He's currently on the PUP list, unable to perform. But yeah, a lot of people wanted to give him make noise about the fact he's on the list. But I mean, if the dude say he's hurt, he's hurt. And I mean, but we got bigger fish to fry because his contract ain't getting did. You can see in all these other guys getting paid and extended. Herbert getting $100 million. Darnell Washington got extended. Your kicker, for crying out loud, which is well deserved. Chris Boswell got extended, and I mean, if you ask me, JPJ should have been prioritized. He should have been the first one to get extended.
Sauce is at 30.
Sauce at 30.
Stingley Jr. is at 30, and then from there it's a serious
to 25.
I think it's Horn to 25, and hell, I think what's the name is right behind him. Ramsey. I think Ramsey is behind him, and then
it goes to the 20 million a year.
But the big thing about those other guys is, like you said, they had the accolades that came with it.
Wow.
Okay, so I understand that they have the Pro Bowls, or they got Pro Bowls or All Pros or both.
Yeah,
Lil P, he ain't got none of that. Nephew ain't got none of that. So I understand, the Steelers, logic behind saying, okay, it should be this, and not wanting to have to pay $30 million or in that or in that range, especially if nobody's moving. You know what I'm saying? Like 20 is
a low ball. And Debo, that stuff can change very, very fast. They know what it is. They know 20 million is not gonna cut the deal. You know what I'm saying? And he's knowing, and his agent are knowing, throwing out that 30 is not gonna cut the deal. So then when they really getting into that nitty-gritty, somebody's gonna say something. And when somebody gives another 2, okay, boom. Now that you give a little, then you give a 2, you know what I'm saying, per, and it makes it that quick one jump, it's just gonna be a thing, because if both teams, they want to get it done. The agents know Joey Porter Jr. is a baller. He's been doing nothing but good things for the Steelers. You drafted him in the second round model. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a starting all-pro corner in your future. You already got him for the back pay. He's been playing for under like $2 million a year for these previous 3 years.
Yes.
So that performance, at the same time you're getting it, you're evaluating, you could be like, oh, he was a bust. No, he wasn't. He's a baller. So now we're going to have to pay him as such, as a starting one of the top 5 corners in the league. You know what I'm saying? And now he's going to show us that. He's going to be still now trying to grind, get those pros. Get those
and that's where he's going to show us that. Okay. I'm cool with, we're not going to get 25. I'm just telling you that right now. That's not going to happen, because the way I'm looking at it and the way he's looking at it is, my best years are ahead of me. They're coming. The only reason y'all balking right now at it being around 30 is because I don't have those accolades. So next year comes, or this year comes, and he gets that first.
And Debo's clearly speaking on the fact that JPJ, he's not on the top 10 cornerback rankings at the convenient time of his negotiation that they dropped that listing, which was crazy. You know, he wasn't on the top 10 ranking, nor does he have an All-Pro or a Pro Bowl, at which I feel that he was snubbed, but that's another conversation. So all of which, you know, Steelers is using this weaponry to, you know, lowball, you know, lowball JPJ even more, and especially when you see his numbers in his PFF opposed to, you know, his counterparts, you know very well he's deserving of the 25 plus. You know, which way you want to draw it, 25, 26, 30 million with incentives. You know, you could do it 27 and 3 million in incentives, which gives him 30 million. At which I'm pretty sure he's going to maximize that. But if you're talking about 20 million, that is a complete utter insult. A complete utter insult for what he's doing. 0 touchdown surrender. 56.2 passer rating allowed. He can tackle. He can cover. Shut down the best receiver. Shut down one side of the field. Like, what are we talking about?
All Pro, or he gets that Pro Bowl, and now he's locked in at 25. He's pissed because it's easily could have been 30 or 32, 33. He could have reset the market after the year. Like, so for him to actually take this deal and then be like, I took it because it was whatever, and then actually go and do what we expect him to do next year, it would be him not betting on himself. And I'm betting on myself because at the end of the day, I don't want to be pissed off and mad that I signed for 25. I go and I get an All-Pro next year. I go and I get Pro Bowl next year. And now I'm considered one of the best corners, and I'm making at the 5th or 6th level of what the pay is. Like, you have to look at it, dude. Like, what he's going to do is he's going to do a sit-in. Why do you do a sit-in? So that you get that year of eligibility, that credited season, so that you're not under contract for them next year, which means when next year comes around, you can leave if the deal is not done, okay? And the smart thing, like, is to just pay the man. For the Steelers, pay him.
What do you think?
Yeah, like, seriously, just pay him what you owe them. Do something.
Now you need to do something. Do you hear me? Do something.
Pittsburgh standing there looking dumb, just dumbfounded. You got a top 5 shutdown corner, not recognized by the league, but known by what the numbers that you very well see in game in and game out on Sunday. He shows that he's a cover corner. He's a shutdown corner. And you don't want to give him top shutdown corner money. Straight utter blasphemy.
I said the 30 million, I don't know if it's going to be the 30 million, but it's going to be.
I got a question,
and I'm thinking like 28.
I got a question. What are you thinking what is the guarantee? Do you know what I'm saying?
The guarantee?
What should be the guarantee? That's what I'm saying. I think he shouldn't really try to work. The average per year, it feels good because you want to be like, nah, I'm the newest, highest paid. But end of the day, what is that guarantee going to look like?
If you're not trying to reset the market and you want him to take something, I think you have to fully guarantee the contract and guarantee it around 28. That is just where I'm at with it as far as how I would look at it, because when it comes down to it, he may want a 30. He may want 32. He may want 31. He may want to reset the market. But if I tell you, man, I'm guaranteeing you fully 28 for whatever it is, hey, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. And I'm giving you this right now. You got to look at what
and even if, now I'm stopped right there. Shout out to Debo and Joe, man. Y'all be sure to subscribe to Debo and Joe. Link in the description. You know, right at 28, or if they wanted to do 28 million guaranteed with, say, 4 million in incentives or 3 million in incentives, you know, that's a win. But, you know, all comes down to what the Steelers actually want to do, and also because they just may need some more people to restructure. You know, TJ Watt, you know, he's getting a good lump sum, but man, this is because what this does, this takes out of the camaraderie of the training camp, and also it takes the win out the sales of, progression at training camp, because that's what it's supposed to be about. Preseason starts next week to build your chemistry. We in a new now picture this, right? New offense, new system, West Coast system, West Coast offense with Mike McCarthy, new coach, new OC, new DC. Our team just got a whole new facelift. And this is one of the worst times you want to be dealing with contract negotiations, when you got a new system in hand and you just got a changing of the guard. If you don't think this is not about to bring about any complications, you are sadly mistaken. It most definitely will, because I know Pat Graham, defensive coordinator that we just acquired from Las Vegas Raiders, he want to draw some schemes for the defense, for the secondary, of which we acquired Jaquan Brisker from Chicago Bears, and him and JPJ played at Penn State together. So that's solid chemistry that they have, that they played in college. Now they playing in the pros. Epic story. But guess what? It takes time to build that chemistry on the field during training camp, and when the regular season is just weeks away, preseason being a week away, we got to get those things down. That chemistry has to get taken care of. That chemistry has to get worked in. But by you having a stalled deal and then one of your star secondaries, or your star secondary, on PUP because he allegedly strained his back. But I'm going with the matter of, hey, the dude pocket ain't straight. His pockets ain't straight. So we gotta get his pockets right before we get anything else right. I mean, I put this one on Pittsburgh. But shout out to Debo and Joe, man. Shout out to Debo and Joe. So I'm gonna go over to the next video. Speak on our wide receiver room. Now, if you've seen our wide receiver room, it consists of oh shoot. Hold on one second, y'all. So our wide receiver room. So we got DK Metcalf, Michael Pittman Jr., Jeremy Bernard, Roman Wilson, and Jeremy Bernard and Michael Pittman are older receivers. They're 27 plus. And for all things considered, they are older receivers, but we are indeed looking for the younger receiving core to indeed step up. So, with Roman Wilson and Jeremy Bernard competing, so to speak, for that wide receiver 3, really, I don't see no competition, really, because they are indeed different receivers. And when I say they are different receivers, Jeremy Bernard, he's a slot receiver, and Roman Wilson is shifty and speedy. So he has talent to take the top off defenses and push those safeties back. He very well can do that. However, Roman Wilson has suffered time miss where he's created mistrust with the coaches. And when I say with the coaches, I mean which resulted in him not playing much, not getting many snaps last season, but due to the fact that he missed the entirety of his rookie season due to injury, which created a lot of mistrust with Tomlin and the coaching staff. Now, McCarthy allegedly reached out to Roman Wilson to let him know that they want him to be an intricate part of the offense, a part of the receiving core in the West Coast offense, which very well if he can stay healthy, if he can stay if he can stay healthy and available, because the best ability in this game is durability and availability. But he has raised some eyebrows, missing his entire rookie season, and as well not coming back and performing up the task. He's only played in 13 games where he's had only 166 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. That's pretty bad. Coming from a wide receiver out of Michigan, played on that national title, won that national title with Michigan 2 years ago. But more is indeed expected of Roman Wilson, and he has to show that he can perform up the task. Now, shout out to Steve Smith. Steve Smith, former wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers. Shout out to Steve Smith. His link is in the chat, 89. Give Steve Smith's channel a like, fair use. Let's get into it as he speak on our wide receiver room and how our wide receiver room will fare with the West Coast offense.
For Aaron Rodgers, but he gets reunited with his old friend Mike McCarthy. So a different offense. We'll get into it as we break down this wide receiver room that Rodgers is going to be thrown to. We know that DK Metcalf's the one, but they've made an addition to be a trade and the draft that I think as a group, their top 3, very different than they were a year ago. But I do want to start, because it's a unique situation, with the quarterback before we get into the receivers specifically. He knows Mike McCarthy's system inside and out, Steve. It's going to be very different than the tight end heavy Arthur Smith type of offense that they were running last year. What can they do, or are they limited by the quarterback in any way because of where Aaron Rodgers is? We'll get to the strengths he has, but there's some limitations we saw last year. Where are they at with Mike coming back? Does that help, or where are they at with their quarterback?
Well, the quarterback situation is always paramount when the quarterback is throwing the football, right? Mm-hmm. And Aaron Rodgers can still throw the football. I don't think Aaron Rodgers, and he would say this too, he's not the Aaron Rodgers that we know took over in Green Bay, young A-Rod. That's not who he is. However, he still can put the ball in places young quarterbacks can't. Perfect. He has the ability to understand what's going on. He knows it. He sees it. There's no defense that there's no defense he's not seen before. Now, people can.
Now, granted, he's been in the league 2 decades, right? Aaron Rodgers been in the league 2 decades, 42 years old. A lot of clamor, a lot of people running their mouth, talking all kind of mess about, well, no quarterback should be over 40 still playing in the league. Well, here we are, right? Here we are. And then, but not to mention a quarterback that after he was 40, when he was playing with the Jets, he suffered that horrendous Achilles tear. And just last year, he was playing with one arm because he had a fracture in his he had a fracture in his non-throwing arm, and he missed just 1 week. He missed 1 week, 1 game. That was versus the Chicago Bears last season. And he played the remaining portion of the season with a cast on his arm, showing durability and availability. So at 42, maybe not. Quarterback probably still shouldn't be playing, but he's doing it. He's doing it. That's more than what I can say for Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson missing 4 games and Joe Burrow missing 9 games because of turf toe. But that's where we at.
Throw different things at him, and maybe he'll hesitate, but it only takes him a little bit of time to figure it out. Bang, he throws. But the biggest issue with the Pittsburgh Steelers in this wide receiver room, the lack of depth that this team has put a huge spotlight on the ones in the starting wide receiver, obviously the 1 and 2, which is DK Metcalf, right? And it makes it seem like that they're the problem. And there's no question, DK Metcalf is not the problem. He can ball. However, he cannot throw the ball to himself. You got to remember, this is a team, too. They carry 5 wide receivers only. Right? They only carry 5 wide receivers. You got to also remember last year, they were looking for
anybody to help this offense. They were not anticipating George Pickens' void being impacted.
And speaking on the George Pickens situation, right, he didn't count on the George Pickens situation going sour. Now, post George Pickens situation, they were counting on Roman Wilson to come in and contribute, at which he did not, which resulted in them only having one wide receiver, DK Metcalf. And of course, you had Frymood, and then you had the run game, which deemed us, kind of predictable, if you will. But by not having a wide receiver too, that really stunk a lot of things up for us, especially in that divisional round against the Houston Texans, of which we lost 38-6. We just had no answer because we had no weaponry. But here we go. We're under new offense. We are under new helm. The offense that will see more points scored, in my opinion. I think our receiving core, our running game will indeed put up more points. Last year, we put up between 20 and 24 points. I believe this year will be between 30 and 32. And we will have more efficiency on third down conversions, more efficiency in the red zone, to where we're giving the defense more time to rest. Now, and I just think if Select Few can stay healthy, because we would, like you said, we only lined up 5 receivers. We only suit up 5 receivers. But here's the silver lining. Now, we played the NFC South this year. So, howbeit, we will want our 2 primaries, our 1 and our 2, DK and Pittman, to be more available more so for divisional play. So, which what only means Jeremy Bernard and especially Roman Wilson will indeed have to step up during those non-divisionals to help contribute. But like I said, when healthy and available, they must contribute.
This much. They thought they had enough on the roster, and on paper, they did. But you and I both talk about this a lot of times. Man, what's on paper doesn't always equal up to what's going on. Every pass you have on the play sheet is a first down, it's a touchdown, it's a conversion.
Yeah.
But on that piece of paper, those plays cannot register heartbeats. They cannot register if a dude's Kool-Aid valve has come undone and is oozing all inside. He's having internal Kool-Aid bleeding. So they had to decide, you know what? We're not going to waste our time in the draft with a first round. Let's go ahead and use a pick to get a guy that we know we need and help services what Aaron Rodgers does well. DK Metcalf, boom, down the field. But in between, where he's going to show he can throw it, guess what? They added Michael Pittman Jr., who was a great acquisition, in my humble opinion, because they were so willing to look for guys. They cut Darius Slay and picked up Adam Thielen because they just needed to help Aaron Rodgers attack multiple levels on the football field. And we know that became a problem. Even though they made the playoffs, it was still an ugly football game, or should I say an ugly offense to watch, because they were not at full strength the way you want to see them, which in a result, they went with a Mike McCarthy because they wanted
not at all. Wasn't at full strength at all with only one productive receiver. Because, man, y'all saw the work that our defense did. Our defense got 5 takeaways, but we couldn't do nothing on offense with the ball. We couldn't do anything on offense. We couldn't get anything going. I mean, granted, they had the top defense, granted, but I believe if we would have had, actual adequate personnel, as in if we would have had a productive, healthy Roman Wilson that showed up and that was available I believe he was inactive that game, but had he been available and active and productive, I think we would have saw a different outcome because our defense played lights out. And for our offense to go out there and only score 6 points, terrible. Terrible, terrible.
Offensive-minded coach who also understood how Aaron Rodgers operates and how they need to operate offensively moving forward. This is the first head coach, offensive-minded head coach that the Pittsburgh Steelers have had in a very long time.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And teams and Aaron obviously is still as smart as it comes at the quarterback position. He's as accurate as it comes at the quarterback position. Man, he can get rid of the football in a second. We did a breakdown. I remember, Steve, like third way through the year about that quick passing game and over the middle in the short game, and really just like DK taking a step, getting the ball, and then what can he do with it yards after the catch, because he's just obviously built different than almost every other receiver that is out there. Is that sustainable without being able to attack teams on all three levels? We know DK can get down there, but how defenses are playing, when I make these calls and ask around, it's they're playing them differently, because A-Rod, one of the things he did, especially with explosive play, Steve, was when he scrambled, right? And he made teams pay for, going after him. Well, teams are approaching that differently. They know he's not scrambling and running around anymore at his age. So they're playing him differently than he's done before. But as smart as Aaron is, he saw it last year, he's going to see it again this year. They will adapt and change, and he's back with Mike. So with DK, do you see him getting back down the field? I think that's what a lot of people are wondering, because you and I broke it down. It was like quick pass, quick pass, quick pass. Yeah. That's a part of DK's game that we didn't see as much last year that we've seen in the past, which he can get downfield and win balls.
Well, let me go ahead and speak Aaron Rodgers, right? When I go through this roster, I could just tell you, when you talk about Aaron Rodgers, you don't think about the Pittsburgh Steelers, do you?
No.
You don't think about the New York Jets. You think about the Green Bay Packers. So I'll just stay in the Green Bay Packers. DK Metcalf is their Devontae Adams, when he was in his career. Quick release, some pass down the middle of the field, some explosive play. You remember when Devontae Adams first got there, it was like, man, this kid can really move.
Get it done,
right? Michael Pittman Jr., he's their Jordy Nelson. He's their guy that's going to get in there tight windows. He can show you a little bit of speed, but at the end of the day, he's going to box you out. He's going to get on the third down. He's going to high point the football and reliable safety valve for the quarterback. And what was Jordy Nelson before he went to the Oakland/Las Vegas Raiders? He was that safety valve for Aaron Rodgers. And then, some people say, "Oh, Roman Wilson, man, he's a rotational deep threat guy." You want to know who is the Randall Cobb?
I know.
Bernard.
Jeremy Bernard.
Bernard, the slot wide receiver, right? He's going to do things, sudden movement, create a little bit of yak. He's quick, capture the line of scrimmage, take off. He's going to beat his guy immediately off the first couple of steps, right? That's how Mike McCarthy is building this for Aaron Rodgers to feel more comfortable and get back to the A-Rod of efficiency. That's all you need from A-Rod is efficiency, because he's going to give you 2 or 3 hell of a throws that you say, how old is he?
Yeah. The arm is still there, Steve. When I talk to people, the arm is there still.
Oh, no doubt the arm is still there. But, that receiving core has to be intact. And then when you say, okay, you got Jeremy Bernard working the slot, and you got, between the 11, 12, and 13-man personnel, which I think we're going to see a bit of 12 and 13. But Roman being that rotational deep threat, but he has to be available and durable to indeed be that deep threat. Not just the 1 and 2 splash plays here and there, because I'll tell you this, it's no different than when we had Calvin Austin. Now, Calvin Austin, a guy that similar circumstance, Calvin Austin missed the entirety of his rookie season and was plagued by injury, injuries up and down, injuries left and right. Calvin Johnson only had 85 catches for 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns with us. Speeder, talented, but wasn't extended with the Steelers. He was just too injury prone. He was too injury prone, and the Steelers sent him to the Giants. It appears that Roman Wilson is kind of following the same trajectory, of which has shown that he can't stay healthy and has yet to show significant promise. But Aaron Rodgers and McCarthy believes in this talent, believes in his ability, and believes that he got what it takes to contribute to this offense. But Roman Wilson has to indeed show up. He has to show up, and he has to prove himself in a major way. Because if he doesn't have a successful year this year, he very well will be handed those walking papers. Playing 13 games in your third year, 13 games total, 166 yards receiving, and only 2 touchdowns. Man, come on, man. You want to make it out that first 4 years. You really want to make it out that first 4 years. Do not be another one in the receiving core in the Pittsburgh Steelers receiving core that do not make it out of your first 4 years. We've seen enough receivers that did not do that.
Always been there.
It's like your boy Joe Flacco. He's going to be able to sling it till he's 65 years old.
Yes. He can't outrun a chipmunk or a snail, but he can throw the hell of a football.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you want from the quarterback position. Now, some of these other teams, you want some fancy stuff, but this is a team, though. Again, they got a few guys on their roster, but they're only going with 5.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody's going to be the odd man out. But I'm telling you, the top 3 guys, that's what you're going to get. And Aaron Rodgers is working with these guys as we speak right now. He is getting in the lab and trying to figure out which guy does this well.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron will go, hey.
Now, to be fair, you need youth and speed, right? Because, like I've acknowledged that now, DK and Pittman and Metcalf are older receivers, however, productive receivers, and that have shown for the greater portion of their careers that they are available, they are gamers. Now, these youngsters have to step up. Jeremy Bernard, Roman Wilson, Caden Weston, and Eli, if available, if they're making the 53-man roster. So these younger guys have to step in and help the older guys. Now, we acknowledge that our team to an entirety is indeed an older team. Running backs are older. We have older wide receivers as well. But here's where our younger team, our younger personnel, our younger players come in and step in and fill a void of being productive.
And he's brutally honest, and as he's gotten older, he's gotten a little bit gentler with his honesty, which is, let's not do that. I want to throw you the ball when you're doing this.
Yeah.
So it's a very good thing for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike McCarthy to have guys that mimic exactly what they were when they were together in Green Bay.
Yeah, that's I love the way you put that together. And to add on to that, you could ask around. I don't think there's a quarterback that is more detail-oriented than Aaron Rodgers in the NFL, right? Of every little detail of what he wants from you as a wide receiver. And when we go and look at this room, and that's why I think you're mentioning these 3 guys at the top, it's completely different than what it was a year ago. I remember at the deadline, and they were searching for a receiver, and they were like, I don't know, we do kind of like Calvin Austin. He's limited a little bit because of his size.
He's limited a lot.
Exactly, and what he can do, but we kind of like him. We're looking for somebody else, and now it goes DK, Michael Pittman Jr., and there are people that do believe Jeremy Bernard will be that big slot like you mentioned, but how quickly does he overtake that position? People think.
Good morning, Miss Pammy. How you feeling? How you doing? What's good with you? Salute to you. What's good with you, Miss Pammy? Hopefully you having a good morning. Good to see you. How you doing today? Hold on, where you at? How you doing? How you doing, Miss Pammy? You probably out. You probably eating your breakfast, eating your shrimp and grits, but yeah, ain't nothing wrong with eating no shrimp and grits in the morning. But no, good to see you, Miss Pammy. How you doing? How you feeling? Salute to you, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Support the show. Support the channel. Happy Saturday to y'all, man. Appreciate you, Miss Pammy.
That's eventually going to happen, but obviously, Wilson's not going to let that happen. It's up to Jerome Bernard to get that chemistry with Aaron Rodgers, and obviously he's very particular about specifically rookies. Ask around, he wants you to do exactly what you're needed to do. But with Pittman, Steve, as the running mate to DK, I think that's kind of a linchpin to this passing offense because that number 2 wasn't there. When I look at what he does well, which are like digs and hitches and crossing routes over the middle. That's the stuff we were just talking about that Aaron likes. He's going to go over the middle in the middle of the field, and Aaron can hit those easy. And he's a professional wide receiver. I think that's the part that I think Aaron loves, and I love the analogy that you made there.
And I'm stopping right here. Shout out to 89 Steve Smith, man. Link in the chat, man. Make sure y'all give it a subscribe. So under this new system, under this McCarthy West Coast system, we're definitely going to put up more points. We're definitely going to see more effectiveness, more effective scoring. More moving up the ball, more moving up the chains, third down conversions, red zone efficiency. We're not going to see Chris Boswell kick a plethora of field goals like we've been seeing for the prior years. We're really going to make it a task and make it imperative of scoring the football because we haven't been doing that under Mike Tomlin. I must say, Mike Tomlin being a defensive mind, but Mike McCarthy being an offensive mind, and he definitely will have us doubling up on our points and scoring more effective with this West Coast personnel. Shout out to Steve Smith, man, in his coverage. 89's Steve Smith 89. Y'all subscribe to his channel. Now, I want to touch on the training camp, which started Wednesday for us. A lot of the players reported Tuesday. Now, this guy right here, Eli Heidenreich, a hybrid running back / wide receiver, a long shot to make the 53-man roster. Now, I've been one on record numerous times saying that Alan Heidenreich, he's youthful, he's going to get in there and work, and he most likely has a long shot to make the team, to make the 53-man, but I believe Heidenreich will indeed make the 53-man roster. I mean, unlike how many think, GR3, that he has no shot whatsoever. He definitely has a shot, especially being placed at wide receiver packages, running back packages, screen pass plays like the ones Jalen Warren gets, and that is very productive on. But he has multi-usage, and multi-usage means you are highly effective. So we'll just see how the camp goes along for Eli Heidenreich. Yes, he does have an uphill battle to climb. DK Metcalf catching a monstrous catching camp. Rico Dowdle, a guy seeking to join Willis McGahee and Ricky Waters in amassing another 1,000-yard season straight with his third straight team, joining that company, joining a legendary company of running the football with 3 different straight teams and amassing 1,000-yard rushing seasons with his third different straight team. That will indeed be great company to be in. Shout out Derek Williams. Derek Williams, what's good with you, sir? Happy Saturday. How you feeling? How you doing? What's good with you? So Rico Dowdle is indeed looking to join that company of Ricky Waters and Willis McGahee. Looking to get his third straight 1,000-yard rushing season with his third straight team. Prior, he was with the Dallas Cowboys. He had a 1,000-yard rushing season with the Panthers, and now looking to do it with the Steelers. Excuse me. Pat Fryermuth engaging with the fans. DK Metcalf. TJ. Y'all, next week is preseason. Preseason begins next week. Man, let me know. Let me know, y'all. Let me know who your teams is. I know Pammy is a Saints fan, but Derek, who your team is? Good, having a bowl of cereal. Okay, what you eating? Fruit Loops? Honey Nut Cheerios? Oh, you probably eating that Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. Oh, no, not the Lions. Oh, man. I'm sorry, man. Hey, I'm sorry about your boy Terry and Arnold, man. He got his arraignment coming up on the 13th next week. Man, hope all goes well for him, man. Man. Yeah, man. I'm Detroit Lions, man. Yeah, buddy. Yes, sir. Oh, you are eating Honey Nut Cheerios. Oh, what? Hey, man, nothing wrong with no Honey Nut Cheerios now. Yes, sir. Salute to y'all, man. Salute to y'all. Let's see where we at. Jaquan Brisker, safety, played with JPJ at Penn State. Bloody, never called Penn State Penitentiary State, sir. Stop calling Penn State Penitentiary State. It is not a penitentiary. Jaquan Brisker, coming from Chicago Bears, born and raised in Pittsburgh, back with his home sweet home, looking to do damage with us. A-Rod, TJ Watt getting ready for camp. The Trobe overview. Michael Pittman Jr. Joey Porter, belated birthday. This is Jaylen Warren. Now, Jaylen Warren wasn't far off from eclipsing 1,000 yards this past season himself, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, hold on, let me see something. How far was Jaylen Warren from getting? Let me see. Yeah, he wasn't far from receiving 1,000 rushing yards himself last season. Okay, he had 958 rushing on 211 carries. So he had 9. So he was just 50 yards away from an 1,000-yard rushing season himself. So, but definitely a workhorse nonetheless. Jaylen Warren. And a lot of people question the validity of, or rather the possibility of Rico getting his third straight 1,000 rushing yard season. Now, more likely than not, because I mean, if you think about it, when you got solid blocking receivers like DK and Pittman, big solid receivers, and also the fact that if who he lines up and who he runs behind, if he's running behind Troy Fontenot, Max Honiger, but indeed he's gonna find Mount Washington. So, and they definitely gonna open up some seams and some gaps for him. So, I mean, it is possible. It is very possible and likely that he gets his third straight rushing season, 1,000-yard rushing season. Also on the account that he also stays healthy and available, Rico. Ben Roethlisberger, Heath Miller, Drew Aller. Acrisure Stadium. This was the Batman movie, The Dark Knight Rises, when they, with the computers, blew up the they blew up the then Heinz Field before it was called Acrisure. As you can see, Mike Wallace, Heinz Ward. I think they added on. I think they AI'd Amar Khan right here. I'm not sure, but of course, Big Ben was on there. Oh boy, I spoke him up. Oh man, bloody. Oh man, hey bloody. Hey bloody man. Hey, somebody has spoken. They don't want to hear you. They don't want to hear you say penitentiary state now one more time. JPJ and Jaquan Brisker not gonna have that. What you got? Rico going to break down, and we know. Nah, bro, stop it. Stop it, man. Stop it. Stop it, bloody. Bloody, that sounds like bitterness, man. That sounds like bitterness because your black cats can't cut it. That's what it sounds like. But the thing about Aaron Rodgers and Rico Dowdle,
he's a bad man.
He's a bad man. Any man that's gonna looking to join Ricky Waters and Willis McGahee and rushing for 1,000 yards for 3 straight teams, hey, those are bad men, man. Those are bad men. So bloody, you can walk away, dog. Oh man, what you got? What you got, bloody? Say his name and he appears. Blood don't come in here being messy. That's all. That's all he does. Pammy, that's all he does. Pammy, that's all he does. Every channel and pet chat that he goes on, that's all bloody does. He does this all the time. Nah, bloody, you do. Bloody, you a hater, man. You really a hater. You a hater, man. No bitterness uses to sweet on this guy. Oh no. No bitterness, you just too sweet on this guy, thinking he all that, he's solid. Not going to do for y'all what he did for us because he got what he want. Now he happy. I mean, but hold up. But you got to take into account that we got better blockers. He's in a better system. I don't know, bloody. I don't know. And your secondary are former inmate. Bloody, you about to get timed out, man. Bloody, you about to get timed out, man. You know your secondary former inmates are penitent. Penitentiary state. Man, that's terrible. That's terrible, man. That's terrible. Damn. Hey, that's okay. Hey, that's okay, Bloody, because you know why? They was on D block together. Yeah. Man, that's wild, man. Penitentiary state. That's crazy. That's the craziest thing I ever heard, man. Penitentiary state. I tell you, boy. Man. So, Miss Pammy, I know you're going to be ready when the Saints come to France. And, you know, we take care of business in Paris. And yeah, we take care of y'all. We take care of y'all in France, you know, get y'all some French curtains, maybe. But you know, yeah, no, it's gonna be a good one. That is definitely gonna be a good matchup in France. May I hear people call me a hater so much it don't do nothing no more. I just laugh. I bet you do. You laugh like an echidna on steroids, right? Like an echidna on steroids, right? I bet. I bet. I bet. Max Hanacher, I knew our Ricky right tackle. Legends, John Stallworth, Slow T, Cornell Lake. A-Rod having fellowship on the mountains with the receivers, tight ends. Super Bowl 2008, where we beat the Cardinals. Santonio Holmes hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. Two Pittsburgh boys, Aaron Donald and Jaquan Brisker, doing technique work together. Pammy, stop. Pammy, you don't believe that. Pammy, stop it. Stop it, Pammy. You don't believe that, Pammy. Stop it, Pammy. You don't believe that. Pammy, you do not believe that. You do not believe that. Stop it. Bloody, what you talking about, man? You know you're not going to France and beating the Saints. You do realize that. You know what? We have a great following overseas, mind you. From France to Scotland to the UK. I mean, we're global, sir. We got a terrible towel on the moon by Neil Armstrong's feet. Louis was the saxophone player, my bad. Neil Armstrong's feet. We got a terrible towel on the moon, sir. Yes, sir. A terrible towel. They don't have a Saints flag in the show. Ain't no Panthers flag or paraphernalia up there. It's a terrible towel up there, sir. That's right. Nah, that's dope, man. Shout out to them. Jalen Ramsey on the PUP list. Jack Lambert. Ben to Mike Wallace. See, Bloody, I mean, I apologize, Bloody, because see, y'all ain't got that in Carolina, right? You know, y'all quarterback got to wear platform shoes just to see over the line. But you know, maybe if he go to pay less and invest in some high heels, we know Bryce is like 5'3" and a quarter. They say Bryce is 5'3" and a quarter. Hey, do Bryce still wear those shoes, those Reeboks with the pumps in it? Oh man. Man. And he should get a brand deal with those platform shoes, though, man. I mean, he must get a deal with those I mean, if he get a deal with platform Sauconys, platform Ultras, like platform Reeboks. Hey, if he could get a deal with platform Reebok shoes, hey, Reebok still cutting Iverson the check. They cut him a check to his last days. Man, yeah, platform shoes. Bruh, I'm saying. It's 5'9", 3/8. I'm the one who coined that. That dude ain't no 5'9". Man, stop. What with what? Triple socks on? Man, stop it. That dude's not no 5'9". That dude barely he barely sees over the podium in his interviews, bro. Stop it. These are the worst uniforms ever. These yellow uniforms. I don't know whose idea was it. I know it's one of our older throwbacks, but these uniforms are hideous. I don't know why we went from those. I don't know why we canceled our Bumblebees. Our Bumblebees was super dope. Terrence Garvin. Yeah, but these uniforms they are something. But yeah, so training camp going on, man, and a lot of stuff is being overshadowed because JPJ hasn't got compensated and got his deal done. He's currently on PUP right now. But yeah, I'm with him. I'm like, bro, you know what? My deal ain't get done yet. And I have to preserve myself, and as he should. But I'm more so looking to see who's going to fill out at our QB2 between Drew Aller and Will Howard. You know, they are competing. They are having some that now it's light. It's light, and you're not going to be able to tell too much in training camp. There, both of them having good passes here and there. You know, I'm more so looking forward to the preseason game next Thursday against the Green Bay Packers for them to actually be able to show, you know, what they can do in the in-game scenario and situation. Definitely looking forward to that. What up, Bloody? Give it up to you, our 70s team, crusty old franchise. Hey, I'm saying, but I tell you what, that 70s team will beat a many of teams, including the Panthers, in today's time. Terry Bradshaw. Hey, I tell you what, you didn't want that Mel Blunt smoke. Y'all wouldn't want that Mel Blunt smoke. I tell you that. Mel Blunt or Rod Wilson. He would smoke y'all receivers, bro. Take y'all lunch, bro. Jack Lambert to beat y'all down. Jack Lambert, Greg Lloyd. Man, please, bro. Man, please. Shout out Theo Coop, the Do Better King. What's good with you, man? How you doing this morning, man? I thought you'd be asleep. Theo Coop, what's good with you, man? The Mr. the General, well, Coop, I would call you a warlord. You know what I'm saying? Warlord Coop. That sounds a lot better. Warlord Commander Coop. There we go. Commander Coop, Warlord Coop. Just give me a whole new name. Salute to you, man. Hopefully you having a good weekend. Salute to you, man. Bloody, what you talking about? Izzy said Bradshaw trash, and sir, you can't play football like that. They all, bruh. Do you know? All right, let me explain something to you, and I'm gonna elaborate on this at a later point at another time. Don't you know we dominated a whole decade? We dominated the whole. Okay, so the Steelers came into the NFL in 1933. Now, granted, it took us 40 years, 40 plus years to get our ish together. 40 long years to get our ish together, right? So, and the 70s belonged to us, bro. We dominated the 70s, bro. We dominated. The steel curtain wasn't nothing to play with, bro. But I'm gonna give you further education on that, Bloody, because I see, you like the clown and be sarcastic, and I don't appreciate that. And I sure don't appreciate you calling, future All Pros secondary Jaquan Brisker and JPJ penitentiary state inmates. I don't appreciate that, man. But I tell you what. What you got, Coop? Salute to you. I like Warlord. I bet you're gonna run with that one. Nah, Commander Coop has a better ring to it, man. I ain't trying to mess your name up, man. You got a rep. Man. I'm sorry, Coop, man. You can't have the name Warlord, man. You can't. Nah, I'm messing with you, man. Salute to you, bro. Salute to you, man. Nah, Derek, you can't do that, man. You can't have both of them. I think Warlord supersedes. I don't know, y'all let me know, but like over there in like ancient Japanese, like when they had the dang, what was that called? They had the samurai, they had the head samurais, then they had the warlords. The warlords was like the chief samurais, if I'm not mistaken. I think that I don't know. Am I right? Is that Japanese culture or Chinese culture? I don't know. I might be off a bit. But Bloody, stop calling Penn State Penitentiary State, man. Wildin', man. I understand you all the team of the 70s, but get that violent way of playing football is not allowed today. If it was, listen, man. I mean, man, that was, man. I mean, you can almost say, and respectful to all everybody that was on the steel curtain and everybody that played football during that time span. You can almost say that was prison yard football, almost longest yard football. I mean, man, that was brutal, man. Man, ain't no way. That was during the time where you was getting woken up with the smell with the ammonia salt faithfully. They had that ammonia salt at your nose faithfully because you was getting knocked out. Pick six, James Harrison to the house. Nah, but definitely, man, definitely, man. You know, season starts next week, and season starts next week, man. Let me know, man. Let me know let me know, man. Y'all, who y'all teams got? Derek Williams, I know you and Coop Lions fans. Coop, hey Coop, do you rock with the Lions? Let me know. You rock with the Lions? Coop probably don't even rock with the Lions. Coop be watching hockey. Coop be rooting for the Red Wings. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Detroit Red Wings, man. Rep your town, man. Rep you for your city, man. I see you got all their hats and shirts and such, man. That's dope, man. Oh, the steel curtain came from. Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what, Bloody? It probably did. It probably did, because we was locking stuff down like San Quentin and Alcatraz. Hey, it just might have been the steel curtain. Hey, bro, listen, the way Rod Woodson and Mel Blunt and them boys lock things up down like that, I tell you what, it probably did, sir. I mean, you know, kind of like how we gonna lock up Mice Young and take his platform. TJ Watt gonna take his platform shoes from him. Man, bruh. Oh man. Nah, man, but we gonna see Bryce. They gotta come to Pittsburgh week 16, week 14, week 16, something like that. Yeah, we gonna see Bryce. And that's gonna be another good game I'm looking forward to, man. Cause y'all got a pretty solid y'all got a solid receiving core, man. Now, I don't know who y'all tight ends are, but if Bryce could get, you know, somebody other than Ted, you know, solid, you know, y'all gonna I say it like this. Y'all gonna create a lot of problems for a lot of people. Y'all gonna create a lot of problems for a lot of people. I put it that way. Oh, Pammy, what you talking about, Pammy? What you talking about, Pammy? I hate to say it, but Pittsburgh was putting belt to butt back in the day. We still is. What are you talking about? Pammy, that's what we do. The steel curtain ain't went nowhere. The steel curtain ain't go nowhere. It's still present as we speak. It ain't go nowhere. It ain't go nowhere. That's all we do every year. What are you talking about? Y'all be watching the Steelers. Everybody be watching the Steelers, man. Y'all playing acting like y'all only watch the Saints and y'all team and the Panthers. Y'all be watching the Steelers. Everybody be watching the Steelers. Come on, man. Stop it, man. Y'all need to stop. When Aaron Rodgers announced he was coming back, Bloody was excited. Izzy was excited. Everybody was excited when everybody was excited when Aaron Rodgers said he was coming back. Everybody. Belzo, what you talking about? The curtain is rusty, honey. You know it. Just stop. It's not steel no more. It's brass. Stop. Hey. Nah, it's always and forever a steel curtain, because our steels, first of all, we being modest. See, it's for us, it's not steel, it's adamantium. It's that Wolverine steel. It's unbreakable, uncorrosive, unrusted. If they have the game on CBS at 1 or 4, we got no choice. Well, it's in Pittsburgh, so most likely it's gonna be a 1:00 game, because I know last time they played in Charlotte, it was a 1:00 game. I ain't like that. It was a dope game though. We turned Bank of America gold. It wouldn't blue no more. It wasn't blue that day. Yeah, Derek Williams. Everybody loved Aaron Rodgers. When Aaron Rodgers announced that he was coming back, when Aaron Rodgers announced last year that he was coming back, Derek, I know you was excited, bro. I know you was excited. You went and got your Green Bay jersey, man. You was running around the house. I know you was happy, bro. I know you was. I know you was, man. You was happy. Lions fans was happy. I know the Bears fans was happy. I just know Bears.
You continue to own the Chicago Bears. What is it about this rivalry that brings out the best in you?
I love history, and there's a long history of games between these two teams. Now, we've won 104 times against them.
Not that you're counting.
No, I think everybody in Green Bay is counting, for sure.
Come on, man. Shout out to the A-Rod fans out there. Shout out to the A-Rod. Derek said, nope, access denied. Access denied. What you got, Bloody? Since you talked about that Wolverine medal that was in his body, you do realize that it was slowly deleting him, and he did check out. You do. No, that's not true. That's not true. On the movie, on the front, no, see, Bloody, you didn't watch the entirety of the movie. The dude had that metal machine, and he sucked the adamantium out of his hands. Like he had that machine, and he melted and sucked all the adamantium out of his hands. Then when the Wolverine was depleted, he grew out because the adamantium was placed over his bones. So when he sucked out the remaining of that adamantium, he grew his bone claws out and he pierced the dude with it. Yeah, I think that was the last Wolverine or one of them. Honda, he's a Packer, not a Steeler, but he is a Steeler. That was corny. That was corny, Bloody. Corny. Corny as the day is long. Hey, man, just make sure Bryce get a platform shoe deal, bro. That's it, man. Any quarterback that's 5'3" should have a platform shoe deal, man. I mean, you got, New Balance, Reebok, Saucony, Ultra, Hoka. I mean, seriously, man. Platform shoes, man. He should be a sponsor. He should get a sponsorship deal. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Platform shoe deal, Bryce Young. But yeah, definitely, man, training camp going on. But, of course, my boy JPJ got to get paid. So, they basically messing up the chemistry. But you know what? I think they're going to get that all intact. I think they're going to get that. They're going to attempt to get something worked out by the end of the week and get that squared away. Because, like I said, man, preseason is next Thursday. It's next Thursday. And we definitely want to get that JPJ deal did so that we can get that one in the books and get that fully squared away, man. Seriously. What you talking about, Bloody? We ain't worrying about week 15. It's miles and miles away. Yeah, it's miles and miles. It's miles and miles away, and y'all gonna be walking 1,000 miles like Vanessa Carlton when we get done with y'all. Y'all gonna be walking 1,000 miles out of Queen City. Bloody, we gonna put y'all in Shelby. We gonna send y'all to Rock Hill. we gonna send y'all to Lake Wally. Oh man, the Lake Wally Panthers. Oh man. Nah, man, but salute to you, man. I appreciate all y'all rocking with me, man, this morning, man. Salute to y'all, man. Hopefully y'all having a good weekend. Man, if you prepping, getting ready for the season, man, get ready for it. Get your barbecue pit. and all that good stuff. But yeah, man, we definitely going to be cooking up, man. Got some and got a lot of stuff coming. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, joining the channel, man. I appreciate all y'all popping up, man. Bloody, Derek Williams, man. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you rocking with me, man. Salute to you, bro. Warlord, Commander Coop. I don't know, Commander Coop or Warlord Coop. You gotta let me know, man. You gotta let me know. I can't just give you no name change, man. That's copyright infringement, Coop. But now shout out Pammy, shout out to you. Hopefully you having a good weekend. Appreciate you popping up. Appreciate you being here. Where we at? Juice. Where you at, Juice? Salute to cousin Walker Juice. Appreciate you rocking with me. Salute to you. Man, salute to all y'all, man. Salute to all y'all being here, man. Salute to y'all, man. Hopefully y'all have a good weekend. Joe, appreciate you popping up. Appreciate you being here. Salute to y'all, man. Y'all have a good weekend. Y'all be safe out there, man. Join the channel, subscribe to the channel, support the channel, man. Help me build it as I'm flying it, man. Appreciate all y'all rocking with me, man. Salute to y'all. Like I said, man, hit that like button on the way out. Hype the video, man. Share the video, share the content. Help me grow it. Appreciate y'all, man. Salute to every last one of y'all. Get your Steelers gear because everybody is a Steelers fan. Salute to y'all, man. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, join the channel, hype the videos, share the content, man. Help me build it. Man, I appreciate all y'all, man. Y'all have a good weekend. See y'all on the next one. Y'all have a good weekend. Salute.